Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I thought I would bring you guys an official video regarding the official status of the DC Cinematic Universe, which now has its own official name as revealed at Comic-Con just a few weeks ago, Worlds of DC. A few reasons why I'm doing this. Number one, there's a lot of confusion going on with the fluctuating state of the Worlds of DC. Number two, I was looking at some old videos I did about a year ago and not too long ago covering different topics regarding DC films that were in development and announced at the time, and now that may not necessarily be the case anymore, so I am going to be addressing some of those as well. Plus, I also realized that I have a responsibility. I feel like I have a duty or responsibility to you guys to keep you informed, because I know many of you are looking forward to and curious about many of these films that are currently in production, post-production, and currently stuck in development or being written. And I am going to try to give you all of the information that I can regarding what films are definitely happening and what films may be happening. So right now I'm going to start with straight off the bat telling you what is definitely happening. Later this winter, December 21st is when the movie Aquaman will be released, starring Jason Momoa replaying his role from Justice League and Batman v Superman, directed by James Wan, and also starring Amber Heard as Mera, Nicole Kidman as Atlana, and many other richly talented actors and individuals playing other supporting roles, such as Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master, and I'm gonna butcher his name, Yahil. I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but the guy who recently appeared in a couple of Netflix series will be playing Black Manta, who I'm very excited about seeing. So that movie is definitely happening. That will be DC's only film for 2018. Moving ahead to next year, to 2019, we have Shazam coming out April 5th, 2019. By the way, trailers for both Aquaman and Shazam were revealed at Comic-Con and were received quite warmly, and they're online for your viewing pleasure. The Shazam will be an origin story showing us how Billy Batson went from a foster boy to becoming one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe, which is Shazam. And we'll get to see his story of how he becomes Shazam and what he does with these powers and what conflicts he may come into contact with, such as Mark Strong's character, Dr. Thaddeus Savannah. It was recently rumored, and I say rumored, I emphasize the word rumored, that Henry Cavill would not be making a cameo in Shazam as Superman. However, I think we should keep the faith, because the same thing was said about both Deathstroke and Lex Luthor in Justice League, and as we saw with that movie, they both appeared, both Jesse Eisenberg and Joe Manganiello playing their respective roles, teasing the Legion of Doom. We don't know if the Legion of Doom is still actively in the works at Warner Brothers right now, or if those plans have been put on hold for the moment. There's just no way of officially knowing 100%. Everything we've been hearing about it has just been a rumor. There's no solidified concrete details of any kind. Anyway, my point is that there may be the same case for Henry Cavill appearing as Superman. You know what? That may be true, but on the other hand, there's a good possibility that we could still see him in the movie for maybe a very brief moment or scene where Superman goes to meet Shazam or meet Billy Batson when he's in kid form. So the possibilities, I think, are pretty good, but we should also not anticipate ourselves to something that may or may not happen. So just keep your expectations, at the bare minimum, I guess. Moving on with other movies coming out next year, we have the standalone Joker movie directed by Todd Phillips, produced by Martin Scorsese. This is a separate entity on its own, which is why Jared Leto is not playing the Joker again. He played the Joker recently in Suicide Squad. Joaquin Phoenix will be playing the Joker in this film. And I will touch on that in just a minute, but now I also want to tell you about the only other film coming out in 2019 besides Shazam and Joker is the hotly anticipated sequel to Wonder Woman 1984, which is currently in production. They showed some footage at Comic-Con, and unfortunately that footage was not released to the public, but it sounds like they're well into production. Chris Pine is definitely 100% returning as Steve Trevor. How and why remains to be seen. Kristen Wiig will be playing the main villain, Cheetah, and the film is being directed by the wonderful Patty Jenkins, who graced us with Wonder Woman last year. So these are the movies that are 100% definitely confirmed happening. Now, I wanted to touch on the Joker question. A lot of people seem confused as to why we both have Jared Leto's Joker recently was confirmed to get his own standalone movie in the next couple of years, and now we've got this Joaquin Phoenix version of it. This is how I understand it. One of the most divisive things about the early DC films, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, was that, not only were they ripped apart by fans and critics, but they were extremely polarizing because a lot of people loved the dark grittiness of the tone of those movies, and a lot of people hated the darkness and grittiness that went with those movies. So it was very half and half. Some people either loved it and some people either hated it. I believe in an attempt to satisfy both fans and critics alike, Warner Brothers has decided to take well-known and lesser-known DC characters such as the Joker by giving them their own separate movies that might be a bit more darker and grittier, that some fans and some people would like to see those characters presented in, and they will do their own separate standalone films that are separate from what is now officially known as the Worlds of DC. That is the official name of the DCEU. That's what we've been calling it for the past couple of years. Now it is officially known as Worlds of DC. That is the name. We've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now we've got Worlds of DC. So that is the official name. That is the only thing Warner Brothers talked about at their panel at Comic-Con just a few weeks ago, besides promoting Aquaman, Shazam, and Wonder Woman 1984. They did not touch on any new or revealed or upcoming film slate, and they did not confirm or deny the development of a number of other DC films. The only thing we do know is the name of their cinematic universe, which is Worlds of DC. And the rumors are that there will be more standalone films and fewer crossovers, which I am personally very okay with. I would definitely very much love to see a Justice League sequel, and ideally a Justice League sequel featuring the character Shazam. One of the producers of Shazam teased that, Shazam exists in the same world as Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman and all those characters, and very well could end up joining the League someday. Those plans may not be in effect right away, but it is an exciting possibility to hope for. So, regarding the Joker movie, to keep some fans happy, they will make, I think what they're trying to do is just make intentionally darker, grittier crime drama film discussing the origins of the Joker, and it's going to be heavily influenced and based off of The Killing Joke, one of the best Joker stories out there, honestly. But we don't know if Batman will make an appearance, and if Batman does, we don't know if it will be Ben Affleck's Batman or another Batman. We just simply don't know. So that is, to my understanding, that is why they are doing two separate Joker films. One with Jared Leto's Joker, which will exist within the continuity of Worlds of DC, and the other one will be its own separate standalone film featuring Joaquin Phoenix. And that movie, I believe, is intended to appease an audience or a fan base that prefers the darker, grittier versions of those characters. So whether or not it will work remains to be seen. Production is set to begin, oh my God, next month. They're supposed to start shooting Joker in September in New York City. And I believe they have added one or two actors or comedians from that Netflix show Glow, last report I read. But other than that, we don't really know much about it. Okay, so those are the movies that are definitely happening. Now, these are some of the other projects that are currently in stasis or in development. The Flash, or AKA Flashpoint, whatever you want to call it, I think the script is still being written. They hired the two directors who did Game Night and the recent National Lampoon's Vacation movie. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. That was the last big update we had about 5-6 months ago. Other than that, we haven't heard anything about it. The Batman is another one that is very fluctuating. We know that originally Ben Affleck was going to write and direct the solo Batman movie, but those plans fell apart. So now Matt Reeves, the Planet of the Apes director, is writing and directing the Batman movie, and there has been endless back and forth clickbait articles, mostly based off of unconfirmed rumors that Ben Affleck will be playing Batman, he won't be playing Batman, back and forth, a lot of clickbait, rumored articles. We just don't know what's true or not. There's been no official word or confirmation from Warner Brothers or anybody like that saying, yes, Ben Affleck will continue to play Batman Bruce Wayne, or no, he will not continue to play Batman Bruce Wayne. We simply don't know. The rumor is that they're looking at younger actors to play a younger version of Bruce Wayne Batman. We honestly don't know. We won't know until a movie is announced with Ben Affleck returning or not. So we simply don't know. Green Lantern Corps is another one we're a little fuzzy about. That movie is supposed to come out summer of 2020. So if that's true, pre-production or should be starting up soon, or at least a script should be being written. Jeff Johns, who formerly headed the DC films and is now just a producer and a writer, says that he's supposed to be writing the Green Lantern Corps film, but there's been no official confirmation regarding that. Batgirl was originally supposed to be written and directed by Joss Whedon. Those plans fell apart. Last rumor was that Warner Brothers was looking at Kristen Stewart type actresses to cast as the part of Barbara Gordon / Batgirl. And that female director and writer who did a recent hit independent film, something about pigs or something, Catherine Yang, I think her name was tapped to write the Batgirl script, but besides that, we haven't heard anything else. Regarding Harley Quinn films like Suicide Squad 2 and Gotham City Sirens and Birds of Prey, these are all kind of in an unknown stasis, I would say. They're all in different stages of development. Maybe we're going to get some official confirmation later down the road or towards the end of this year, but we just don't know. Man of Steel 2, again, we don't know if there will be a Superman sequel. Joe Manganiello says that a Deathstroke movie is still in the works, but we don't know if that'll happen or not. Jared Leto's Joker was recently confirmed to get his own solo outing film, but we have no release date as of yet. And we don't know anything about the movies such as New Gods, Cyborg's standalone movie, or Deathstroke. We honestly just don't know. If these movies are in being written or in development, we haven't heard about them yet, and they're not ready to tell us. So my point is that we simply do not know. But once we get solidified, confirmed announcements regarding the status of any of these films that I have mentioned, I will promise you guys I will do videos and updates regarding these movies once we get some solidified, 100% confirmed confirmation and information. I'm talking a lot, aren't I? So my overall point is that beyond next year, beyond 2019, we don't know what Warner Brothers and DC's plans are for more DC films. We don't know what's planned past Wonder Woman 1984, which is currently being filmed and is slated to be released November 1st of 2019. And that's at the end of next year. So I hope well before then we'll have some idea of what movies we can look forward to in 2020 and possibly beyond. But until we get such news, all we have to look forward to, and I'm sure they're going to be fun films, is Aquaman, Shazam, Joker, and Wonder Woman 1984. And once we get some solidified confirmation regarding any DC films past 2019, you can check back here at the EdWord for more film and movie updates. Well, guys, I hope I haven't bored you, and I hope I've also provided some clarity and some stone-cold concrete information for you. Again, there's a lot of hearsay, speculation, and clickbait rumors here that I've mentioned and talked about. We simply don't know yet, and once they're ready to announce to the world what films they're going to do, I'm sure we'll hear about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this information has proven to be useful or will be useful to you in the future. Don't forget to subscribe for more movie news and TV coverage and updates to stay up to date